It's gone. Millions of ounces vanished from the vaults in mere weeks. The largest drain since 1980 is happening right now, and the markets are signaling a panic that we haven't seen in decades. Millions of ounces of silver are quietly evaporating from global stockpiles. We are witnessing the return of the 1980 script, the moment when silver exploded and the paper market stood on the brink of total collapse. Look around. Supply is tightening. Financial institutions are starting to restrict trades. And the craziest thing is happening right before our eyes. Spot prices are overtaking futures prices. In finance, this is called backwardation. But in reality, it means one thing: panic. The market is screaming, "I need silver right now, not tomorrow." Paper promises have lost their value compared to the real metal. This isn't normal market volatility. This is stage 3 of a 4-step process that has been programmed into history for centuries. You need to understand this before it's too late. When stage 4 triggers, the door to ownership slams shut. The issue won't be the price. The issue will be that there is nothing left to buy. Those who grasped this pattern early in the past built generational wealth. The lesson from the Hunt brothers is still relevant today. Let me show you exactly where we are on this map. The rule is ruthless, but incredibly simple. The 4-stage pattern, the roadmap to collapse. To understand the future, you must look through the lens of the past. Here is the brutal process that every monetary system eventually undergoes. Stage 1, the establishment. This is the golden age of truth. A commodity, like silver, is chosen as money. The government uses it to back every coin and every paper bill in circulation. Prices remain stable for decades. Trust is absolute. Remember the time before 1964, when you could walk into a bank and exchange a paper dollar for real silver? It was a fair and transparent system. Stage 2, the manipulation greed enters the chat. The financial elite realize they can create paper-silver phantom claims. From 1 ounce of real silver, they magically conjure 10, 50, then hundreds of paper contracts. This naked short selling creates the illusion of infinite supply, crushing the price of the real metal to irrationally low levels. The world drowns in an illusion. Stage 3, the squeeze. Where we are now, the awakening begins. Real demand swallows the supply. Investors and industries demand physical delivery. They stop accepting paper. The vaults reveal their bottoms. This is when backwardation appears as a flashing red alert. The current price is more expensive than the future price. People are scrambling to grab every last physical ounce, while the paper market begins to shake violently. Stage 4, the break. The final explosion. The paper market collapses under its own weight. Exchanges are forced to change the rules or shut down. The physical price and paper price disconnect forever. The physical price goes vertical. At this point, every paper contract becomes confetti. Why is it more dangerous this time than ever before? Let's make a clear distinction. Gold is money. But silver? Silver is a two-headed monster. It is both money and the blood of modern civilization. Look at your phone. The solar panels on the roof, the EVs on the road, or the iChips running the world. They all crave silver. Without silver, modern technology stops working. We are facing an irreversible structural deficit. Mines are running dry, but industrial thirst is growing exponentially. We are burning through the Earth's silver faster than Mother Nature can create it. The $17 billion lesson from the past. Rewind to 1980. The Hunt brothers, Texas oil billionaires, bet everything that the dollar was dying. They were right. Silver went from $6 to $50. But they made a fatal mistake. They played on someone else's field. They used leverage and bought paper. When the House changed the rules banning buys, raising margins, their empire collapsed. But here is the secret few will tell you. The ordinary people, the ones who bought real silver and locked it in their safes in 1980, they didn't lose a dime. In fact, they won big when the price established a new floor. The truth: you cannot change the rules on something you hold tightly in your hand. Look at the storm warning signals right now. Stockpiles, evaporating daily from major exchanges. Industrial demand, exploding due to the green energy revolution. Premiums. When you have to pay a massive fee over the spot price to own real silver, the paper market is lying to you. East-west flow. The East is silently hoarding and locking down exports. When these 4 factors converge, Stage 3 is preparing to give way to the tsunami of Stage 4. Action plan. 5 steps to becoming your own bank. Don't just sit there and worry. Act before the herd wakes up. Here is your roadmap. Ownership, not betting. Trading on paper is just a game of numbers. Buying physical silver is buying peace of mind. There is only one truth. If you don't hold it in your hand, you don't own it. Front-run the crowd. The golden rule is to buy when the market is quiet. Don't wait for the crisis to hit the front page. By then, it will either be sold out or you'll be paying a cutthroat price to fight for every ounce. Prioritize liquidity. Buy what the world recognizes. Silver coins and bars from major mints. Stay away from overpriced collectibles or jewelry. When you need cash, you need something that sells instantly, not something that requires an appraisal. Smart allocation. Don't go all in. Keep a cool head. Allocate 10-20% of your total assets to precious metals. It's a suit of armor thick enough to protect you if the system collapses, but it won't disrupt your daily cash flow. Absolute control. Never hand the keys to your treasure to a stranger. Not your keys, not your coins. This mantra applies to both crypto and silver. A home safe or a private vault where you control access is the only safe place. In conclusion, financial history is a graveyard filled with the corpses of dead paper currencies. This rule has never failed. Every fiat currency has a shelf life. We are living in an era where printing presses are running at full capacity to paper over the cracks in the system. But there is one thing you cannot cheat: physics. You cannot print silver. You cannot create it with a line of code or a political decree. It is an eternal truth. The harsh question facing you is, will you wait until the paper market shatters and say, "I wish I had"? Or are you awake enough to recognize this pattern and prepare right now? This narrow window of opportunity will not stay open forever. If you see what the majority has missed, act before they wake up and stampede for the exit.